Good afternoon, 8th graders. It's Mrs. Thompson again, and we're going to get back into 4.7 and talk about example 2. As you may remember from our last video, we learned a brand new form of a line. We already know standard form, we know slope-intercept form, and you just learned the third form of a line, and that's point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. We practiced writing linear equations in point-slope form when they give us the slope and a point, and I showed you how to plug those in yesterday. Let's flip to the next page and let's talk about example 2. We're actually going to use point-slope form to graph, and so we're going to graph the given lines, and let's start with letter A. We have y minus 1 equals 3 times the quantity x minus 1. Now underneath it, I'm going to write the point-slope form one more time so you can see how things match up, okay? Now you see how y is on top of y, minus over minus, and then that 1 is over the top of y1. So that's going to be the point. Part of the point, we're going to put a 1 for where the position y1 would be, okay? 3 is over the m, so our m is, our slope is going to be 3, and then we've got x minus 1, so that means x1 is also positive 1. Now, what we glean from the equation is a point and the slope, and we're going to graph that point, and then we're going to use the slope to construct other points. Okay, so let's get that started. You're going to have to create an xy coordinate plane here, and first thing you need to do is graph the one point you know for a fact is on your line, and that's 1, 1, and here it is. So you went to positive 1 on the x, positive 1 on the y, mark the name of that point, and there's 1, 1. Now, from this point, we are going to construct other points using our slope. Now, right now, our slope is a whole number. That's okay. We can always turn it into rise over run format by just changing it into fraction form. And we'll take our 3, put it over 1. We can also do negative 3 over negative 1. That also works. They both equal 3. So there's 2 ways to write that slope. Now we want to come up with some points. I'm going to do a couple of points above our 1, 1 point that we just marked and a couple below. And let's get started. Put your pencil tip on the 1, 1 right now. Now, we're going to talk about this very first form, 3 over 1. What that says to you as the math student, that says go up 3, rise 3, and then go to the right 1. Now let's take a quick second before we do that. Your slope is positive. Which way should your line be leaning? That's right. If you're thinking, or you said out loud, it should lean to the right, you're correct. All right, so when we're all said and done, this line should lean to the right. So get your pencil tip back on 1, 1, and we're going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3, right 1, mark it. Up 3. 1, 2, 3, right 1, mark it. Okay? Now let's try the other form right here. I just want to show you that it doesn't matter which one you use. You can use both of them, just like I did if you want to. So what that says, whenever you have a negative 3 over negative 1, all that's telling you is go down 3, left 1. That's what it says. So back, get your pencil tip back on 1, 1. Let's practice that. Go down 3, left 1. And there you go. See, I'm running out of space, so I can't do another point, but hopefully you see what's going on there, okay? All right, and then you can connect your points together, and voila, there's your line. Is it leaning the way you thought it was going to? Yeah, it's leaning right. So we did a great job. We pulled the information we needed from the equation, and we were able to use the point and then, of course, the slope to graph other points. So great job, guys. I need to erase just a little bit. I just need some space. You don't erase. If you need more space, grab some graph paper. Please don't erase anything that you've done, okay? Let's look at letter B now. Y plus 2 is equal to negative 1/2 times the quantity x minus 3. So we have y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. Now, the problem we run into is that our problem doesn't say y minus a number. Our problem says y plus a number. That's easily fixed. You can always change addition back into subtraction and subtraction back into addition. They are interchangeable, okay? Y plus 2, another way of writing that is y minus a negative 2. So we really need the subtraction sign there. So if you ever have y plus a number or x plus a number, we need the subtraction sign so we can see the sign of the number that's going to be part of our point. Y1 is not 2. Y1 is negative 2. We must change this positive form into subtraction. Okay, we got to change that y plus 2 into the form y minus a negative 2. That's really confusing, and I apologize so deeply if that confuses the mess out of you. Okay, now everything else is fine. Our x's actually do show subtraction, so we're good there. We don't need to worry about any signs or anything like that. So let's see what the equation tells us. Okay, this is y1, and that 3 is x1. So x1 is positive 3, and y1 is negative 2. And then our m is negative 1/2. So even before I graph anything, I can already tell you which way this line should lean when it's all said and done. Just look at the slope. It'll tell you which way it should go. If you end up with it leaning the wrong way, you should be able to catch that as you're looking and processing the problem. Okay, so I know that may be very confusing. I think some kids last year just said, I think it's easy, Mrs. Thompson, for me to remember that anytime I see addition in my point slope, that just means my number's negative. And they are absolutely right. That's a great way to look at it. If y plus something, x plus something, those numbers are negative numbers. If you have y minus something, x minus something, those numbers are positive. So some students last year came up with that pattern, and that's perfectly fine to do as well. Okay, let's get our xy coordinate plane going, and we want to graph 3, negative 2, and here it is. We're in fourth quadrant, and there's 3, negative 2. Okay, now that's the one point we know for a fact is on our line. So we want to use the slope, negative 1 over 2, or you could use positive 1 over negative 2. Either form is fine. If we do the first form, what that says is go down 1, right 2. Now get your pencil tip back on 3, negative 2, and let's do just that. Go down 1, right 2, and mark it. You can do it again. Down 1, right 2. Mark it. Okay? You don't have to just use that one. You could use the other one. If you're a little low on your graph like I am, and you want to actually come up into it, what you could do is use the alternative form, 1 over negative 2. And so get your pencil tip back on 3, negative 2, and this time go up 1, back to the left 2, mark it. Up 1, left 2, mark it. And you can see it doesn't matter which way you go, if you go up above your point or down below your point, all those points should lie on the same line. And if they don't, you're moving, using your slope wrong. Is your line leaning the way you are anticipating? And I hope your answer is yes. The line should lean left because the slope is negative. All right, if you have any further questions, bring those to class tomorrow.